Hello, beautiful souls. Today I'm going to share with you my 3 steps to self acceptance. I'm going to start by telling you about my journey of self acceptance, and that in general came in 2 parts. One was directed towards my high sensitivity and my discovery of that trait, which of course was a life changer for me. And of course, as well, my sexuality, because I felt so different growing up as a child and as an adult, because I was not surrounded by people who were like me. So, in both aspects of my life, I felt like I had to fit this mold, and I didn't have any positive examples of anyone who was highly sensitive or anyone who was queer in my life. And when you're trying to fit a mold that you don't really belong into, it inevitably causes anxiety and depression. It makes you want to be something different to what you are. You don't value who you are, and you don't have that sense of comfort in knowing that it's okay to be who you are. You're not able to validate who you are because you feel like you should be like everyone else. What changed things for me was finding my community. And I say this in both parts of my life, both as a queer woman and as a highly sensitive person. When I joined a highly sensitive people community, when I joined meetup groups and various communities, just like the one that I've created on Zoom for you all on Mondays, when I created a community like that, it not only gave me a sense of validation that other people are like me and what I'm experiencing is okay and it is not abnormal. I don't have to be like everyone else out there, and other people are also able to be as accepting of who they are just as well as I am. So coming to that understanding, as well as meeting other people who were experiencing similar challenges and who were experiencing similar aspects of the trait, made me learn more about who I was. It made me learn more about my sensitivity and my abilities and what made me different in a positive way to other people. So the first step that I'd like to offer you is create your community. Now, I spoke about this just now in relation to my high sensitivity, but it was exactly the same in terms of finding my LGBTQ community. When I discovered that, when I discovered a group of people who were just like me, but were very accepting and very open and confident about who they are, who were happy, they looked happy, it made me realize that I have that ability too, that I can be happy too and be just as I am. So finding your community means finding your sense of support. It means validating who you are, and it means learning about yourself and your qualities, the things that make you different in a positive way, seeing your difference in a positive light instead of a negative one. The next step I'd like to offer you is practicing self-compassion. Now, I've spoken about this before, but for me, what really clicked was seeing my niece being born and seeing her grow up. My first niece, until my second niece came along, of course, and that helped a whole lot in my self-compassion practice. But when we see people that we love, when we see children who are growing up and who we would never ever wish anything wrong upon, who we wish all of the things that we should wish for ourselves, that's when you switch that compassion from them towards your own inner child, that's when it becomes really life-changing. Through meditation and visualization, I was able to give myself that self-compassion and that love and that affection that I give everyone else, and that I'm able to provide to the children around me. I was able to feed my inner child in the way that it is deserving, just as my own nieces or the children in your life are deserving just as well. The third step I'd like to offer you is allow your actions to align with all of this. Don't try and fit into a mold that you don't belong in. Being part of a community is a big step in that direction, but also an understanding of it's okay to be different to the majority of the population, and you can still thrive in it even when you are not necessarily understood by everyone around you. There is no need to explain yourself to anyone. You are entitled and allowed to feel the way that you are, whether it is understood or not by other people. Anxiety tends to be caused by this choosing not to accept reality. When we choose not to accept reality, we're fighting against it. We're fighting against who we are. And we're telling ourselves that we're not deserving. And that fight causes stress and anxiety within ourselves that we are not deserving of. So I challenge you to look at or think about these 3 steps today. One is joining your community, whether that's to do with your high sensitivity or anything else in your life. Join a community of people where you can gain that support and grow your understanding of who you are. Second is practice that self-compassion. Practice meditation and visualization. If you need some direction on that, get in touch with me. I'd be happy to offer you some solutions to that. And think about the child in your life and feed your inner child with the exact same wishes that you wish for them. And third, make sure that you align your actions with all of these things. This takes regular practice. It doesn't happen overnight, and it certainly hasn't for me. And I still need to remind myself of these things on a regular basis, because life changes around us all the time. Nothing stays the same. There are always new challenges to face. Nothing is ever smooth. Everything always comes with a new lesson. So we have to continue to practice these tools to ensure the best life for ourselves and to ensure that we continue to reach our potential in the way that we are truly deserving. Take care, guys. I hope you found this helpful, and please drop me any comments to let me know how you get on.